Hey folks, thanks for tuning in today. I am very excited to announce that today I have a very special guest for you. Morgan from Rogue Preparedness has actually collaborated with me to do a video for you today. I've been a big fan of her channel, and this is very exciting to have her on my channel. So stay with me now. All right, thanks for being on the channel, Morgan. One of the things I really like about your channel is that it really comes across as down to earth. Tell us a little bit about your channel, and there's a little saying that you say at the end of each video that there's a little motto that you say. Tell us about that. What does it mean to you?
Hey, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. So my channel is all about preparedness. It's for the everyday person, really. I don't really talk about conspiracy theories or anything like that. I'm not military. I don't talk about, military tactics and things like that. That's just not me. I do take a lot of some military type stuff and do talk about it, like when it comes to certain preparedness and, bugging out certain situations like that. But, I'm not military, so I don't tend to talk a lot about military. I just focus on, kind of the everyday preparedness person. What are you, your family, how are you guys going to prepare for an emergency or disaster? And my slogan, Conquer Tomorrow by Preparing Today, came about when I was thinking, how do we prep? Well, we prep today so that we can conquer tomorrow, right? Because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Shoot, I don't even know what's going to happen at the end of making this video, right? I don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. So I just want to be prepared, as best prepared as I possibly can be for whatever's going to happen in the next hour, tomorrow, next week, next year, if and when something were to happen.
All right, so when somebody's getting started on this, it can be a little overwhelming, right? It can feel like, oh my gosh, how do I even get started? If somebody's just starting to get into thinking with this kind of preparedness mindset, how do they get started on a budget? What kind of recommendations do you have for those people?
All right, when it comes to getting started in preparedness, I think the first thing you got to do is just start. I think a lot of people are really held back by a lot of YouTubers and more experienced preppers and things like that who've been doing it for a really long time, and they try to compare their life with theirs and like, oh, I'll never be as prepared as them, so why even bother, right? Don't have that mentality. You have to just start wherever you are, no matter what type of budget you have. Even if you only have $5 a paycheck to spend on preparedness, that's better than having nothing at all, right? You can spend that $5 extremely wisely. You go to the grocery store, you're going to buy a bag of rice, let's say 2 cans of food, and then 2 gallons of water. That's $5 right there, and now you just have food in your storage for preparedness purposes that you didn't have before, okay? That's huge, all right? And you also have to understand that you don't need to have a year's worth, 10 years worth, right? And you don't have to invest in the freeze-dried stuff, but you just want to get started with whatever your budget is and learn skills. You know what doesn't cost any money? Learning skills, okay? Learn all the things. Learn how to start a fire. Learn wild edibles. Learn how to can, although there is some investment in some of this stuff like canning, dehydrating, you have to buy the equipment or whatever, or you could just dehydrate with the sun, right, if you feel that way. But practice skills, practice making a tent, a tarp in your backyard, set up a tent and, go camping, practice go fishing, do all these things that cost either little to no money or, just have a small investment in the beginning, and then from there, you're good to go. You're starting your preparedness journey. Whatever you have to do, make it work. Start with skills, look at your budget seriously, and make sure that you can devote time and money to your overall preparedness over time.
So when we're thinking about bugging in, staying put, say for a quarantine, a shelter in place, maybe it's for storms, could be a pandemic, could be a chemical spill, what kind of things should a person prioritize?
When it comes to bugging in, there are a few things you want to prioritize, and these things may change depending on if you have children, elderly, disabled in your household, etc. Okay, but a few things you want to prioritize would be one, of course, food and water. Because this is a bug-in experience or shelter in place or whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're not leaving the house, or you want to limit the amount of times that you leave your house. So you want to have the non-perishable food and water in your home. And you also want to make sure that you have plenty of over-the-counter medications, first aid, things like that. Third would be cleanliness. You want to make sure that you're maintaining proper hygiene of yourself and hygiene of your home, hygiene of just everything. You want to maintain that hygiene. It's extremely important whether it's a pandemic or not. You still must maintain hygiene, cleaning purposes, all that, okay? So fourth would be entertainment. You really do need to prioritize entertainment. The number one complaint that I hear from people is that they don't have enough entertainment for sheltering in, right? Whenever they do bugging in, sheltering in, they always complain that there's not enough entertainment. Have books, board games, journals, crafts, educational material, all sorts of different things to help get you through. Get a DVD player that runs on batteries, in case the lights go out. We also have to understand this is not necessarily a lights out circumstance, but if it is a lights out circumstance, we want to keep that in mind as well. Also, for the last thing that you want to prioritize is alternative heating and cooling. Let's say that the lights do go out. How are you going to continue to stay cool or stay warm depending on the type of season? So if your AC isn't working, your heat isn't working, how are you going to stay cool or warm? Those would be the top 5 things that I would prioritize.
All right, so where can people find you if they want to follow you? What's the best way to reach you on social media? I know you've got a channel here on YouTube. We'd like to promote that. So tell us a little bit about the best places to reach you.
You can practically find me everywhere. I am on my website at roguepreparedness.com. I'm on Twitter, twitter.com/roguepreparedness. I'm on Pinterest, pinterest.com/roguepreparedness. I am on Instagram, instagram.com/roguepreparedness. If you just search Google Rogue Preparedness, I come up everywhere. And of course, follow me on YouTube at youtube.com. Just search Rogue Preparedness. It's the easiest way to find me. And I also have a podcast. If you just search Rogue Preparedness Podcast on your favorite way to listen to podcasts, I should come up. Thank you so much for having me on. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys ever have any questions about preparedness, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to help and just have a good back and forth about your particular needs. Thank you so much. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you again, Morgan, for being on the channel, and thank you to all the viewers. If you could, comment below if you knew there was going to be another quarantine or a stay-at-home order or a shelter-in-place in the next 6 months. What are the 5 things that you would start to put back now so that you knew you'd have them in place when you needed them? If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit like and subscribe. Then head over to Rogue Preparedness on YouTube and subscribe to Morgan's channel as well. While you're over there, check out the video that I did with Morgan on managing your mental health during a crisis. Until next time, this is Sarge.